property at 115 Hanover. So the first thing I want to bring to your attention is I'm not a big fan of the curb appeal. I'd really like to do something that makes this look a little bit more modern and not so lava rockish. So I'm going to meet with a landscaper and see if he has any suggestions. It may just be we need to put some different rock on top of the existing rock and pull out some of the dead shrubs. Also, there's a couple things that we might want to do to paint some of those pop-out levers. That may not be in our budget on this go-around, but as we go future, it would be nice if we added just a little bit more color to the outside of the home to make it more modern. Over here is our RV boat parking section. We are going to get those gates painted white so it looks just like the garage, so that way we have some uniformity in there. And I love that side of the house. That's going to help us rent it. People love the extra parking. Okay, up through here, strong possibility that we are going to want to remove this set of plants. You can see the damage it's caused to the concrete. It just doesn't, it's not doing well here, but I will talk to the landscaper and make sure that that's an easy removal. This here is interesting. I would prefer to have not had this here, but it is here now. I think what we want to do is work with it. So again, I'll talk to the landscaper and see if there's an opportunity to just kind of make all of this blend together so that we're not having to remove any of it.
The only work we're looking at doing right now is obviously to get rid of the bench and the carpet and I guess we'll keep the phone book.
Well, yeah, sure, because I need that phone book. That's
I'll put it in your car.
Okay, thanks.
Anyway, we need to fix up some little areas here. This needs cleaned up.
Yeah, anything that's leveling in like that, we're going to pop up so that it's not obvious we've got some issues on this. This is a good time to express this. I hate these. These are worn out. They make the house dark. So all of these solar screens are coming off. We will leave the ones that are on the arched windows because we're not going to be doing any kind of window blinds up there. So that'll make that nice, a little less on the heat.
Before you...
What is that?
I don't want you to trip over that.
Oh, I thought there was a bug.
No.
Trip. If there's a bug, that scares me more. Let me fall on my butt. That's okay.
Okay, painting the front doors?
Yes, if we do decide that we want to do some of the pop-out that we've discussed with a color of paint, whatever that paint is going to be our front doors. If we decide not to do the pop-out, I'm just going to pick a really nice, good, clean color paint, and we're going to paint these so that they look nice. So this is your grand entry. So it was important that I make sure that this felt spacious and felt clean. First thing we're going to do is we're going to paint all of the walls in this house with like a little biscotti color. I say that that's like a nice cream color. It's got a little brown accent to it. It's always been a great color. So then we're also going to make sure that all the baseboards and the door trims and the doors themselves go back to white. I think that's really
And the railing?
The railing's going to go to white as well. So this is all going to be sanded. Joe's going to come in and paint all of your railing white. This is going to get new carpet. And we're going to do a new light up there as well.
There's, okay, we have two theoretical dining room lights. We'll replace with a standard one we've used before. And we've got a standard hanging light we'll use.
That's what we want. And we're also going to do a dining room light over here that's going to match those two. So here we've got better blinds are needed here and here. They've got the very inexpensive blinds that are not going to look good for this house. We're going to need new carpet through here. Over in the dining room, formal dining room area, this window does not need a blind. One of the neat things about this window is it's looking out onto greenery, which is unique in Las Vegas. People are going to love that. So once this window is replaced and it's no longer foggy, then we're going to be able to have this really pretty view into this treescaped landscape in the backyard. In here is your kitchen. So this kitchen is dated. So I think the bulk of where you should be spending your money is going to be in this kitchen. So the things that we talked about that we would like to do is from here all the way through here and into the pantry. We are going to lay down a very dark ceramic tile plank.
We could leave this in here. And cut.
We're not going to though. We're going to take it all the way through so it doesn't chop up the kitchen.
All right.
The kitchen is small, so we want to try and not emphasize that. We want to try and make it as big as possible. We're going to paint these cabinets We're going to paint them a true crisp white. We're also going to add little chrome handles on this to update them. And we're going to get rid of these hinges, and those are all going to be chrome hinges as well. The countertop needs to go...
Chrome or brushed like this?
Is whatever the stainless steel stuff is that going to be chrome or is that brush?
This is brush.
Okay. So it's going to be the stainless steel because we're going to do stainless steel appliances. So whatever matches the stainless steel appliances is what that's going to be.
Sort of a brush nickel.
We'll call it a brush nickel.
Okay.
So brush nickel here, brush nickel on your hinges. The countertop is going to be a granite, and it's going to have some speckles of some darker brown, lighter brown, a little bit of black intermingled. I think it's going to really bring this wood floor out, as well as what we're going to do with the dark plank flooring that's going to come in here.
On the flooring, we have a couple of places that we do need to repair, like this little one right over here. See how it's poking up? But for the most part, Jenny thinks we can just come in and clean it really well?
Yeah, the janitorial will come in, they'll do a real good job. They'll condition the wood, and then they'll put a nice, not a shiny coat because it's not a sealant, but they'll put a little bit of a shine to it with a lemon, or they've got some kind of wood varnish that they'll use on this that'll make it look good.
Okay.
It'll be fine. It gives you that country rustic look, and it'll be okay. And then in here, we mentioned all of the stainless steel appliances, which is why we want to get rid of this kitchen sink, and we also want to get a new faucet for in here.
The faucet's leaking at the base, which is why we have to do it.
Okay. This light dates this kitchen, so we want to remove this light. We want to put in a track light that has the, again, brushed nickel or kind of a silver chrome look to it, and it'll actually have, is it 4 bulbs that you're thinking that it has?
6.
Okay,
I mean, you can put whatever you want onto them.
I like 6. The more light, the better in the kitchen. And then we're also going to do a space saver microwave as part of the appliance package. I think that is all.
We need a garbage disposal and some other stuff, but that's on the inspection report.
Okay.
How about these blinds and the screens back here?
Okay, so the screens are all being removed because those are those screens we showed you in the front of the house. So as you see all these ripped screens and the deteriorated screens, they're all gone. However, this is what I call a faux wood blind. This is what I like to go through houses. So we are going to leave these here, and we're going to take and match this all the way through the house.
Okay.
We do not need to put a slider blind on here because, as you can see, you have a beautiful backyard that is green and luscious and no privacy factor. So why encompass opening and closing it if you don't need to? So we'll just get these removed. This will become the horizontal wood blinds, and that'll look really nice without the solar screens on it. We have a fireplace that is not working. It's been pegged from Southwest Gas as dangerous, so I do need to get a fireplace company out here to take a look at it.
Now, Richard, we're probably going to go after some cellar repairs, including this, the roof, and some other things. Okay. But we don't want them to do the work.
Right.
We want cash so that we can have people we trust do the work.
And then I'll have somebody come in that we trust to do that.
Okay.
Usually those are not that big of an issue. It's just, like Joe said, he's not the professional in the gas department, so this is something that we need a professional in. But I really like how this is open and spacious. In here, this vinyl has seen its days. It's done. It needs to be retired. So we're going to go ahead and match what we do in the kitchen here in this laundry room and in these 2 closets.
When you say the wood plank, are you talking about like 500 Felice Cantado?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send you, or you can look at our videos for 500 Felice Cantado, and that has the plank flooring.
Yes, and it looks like wood. If you're walking into the house, it actually looks like wood, so it'll go really well with the look of this. And yet it's ceramic, so it will last really long, and it will also be up against this water, and you won't have any problems if there's a leak or if there's something that is getting on top of that. Let's go into this bathroom, and we'll end in the garage as we go downstairs. So this bathroom here, we're trying to save as much money as we can, not having to rehab everything. So we're going to leave the flooring. I do want to paint these cabinets to a darker brown. That way it won't make this look dirty. If you go white, like we're doing in the kitchen, this counter is just going to look dirty and old. So we're gonna actually go darker here. We're gonna get a new toilet seat. We're gonna clean up this caulking in here so that we can make this look fresher. And we are going to get you a new light. This is the same kind of standard light, but we're gonna have it match this faucet. So that way that all has uniformity. Good news, in this room, there's not a lot that we have to do other than paint. So baseboards and walls will be painted, screens will be removed. They already have the faux wood blind up, and we've got a nice walk-in closet.
We've got 2 satellite dishes and a ton of cables. All the cables in the house are gone.
Correct. They'll be patched up and gone. Now we'll go into the garage to finish the downstairs part of the house. So here in the garage, I love the fact it's a 3-car garage. And we've got a ton of electrical outlets, which will be great for any guy that likes to fiddle around in the garage. We will, however, remove the soft water system so it doesn't cause us problems in the future.
Now, right now, we've got, good power in here, and just looking at this thing, I can tell you at least the guy attempted to do code if he did not comply with code. But he did it all right, as far as I can tell. The only challenge is we're not able to get any power on here. So that is something we're going to go back on the seller about. The other thing, I don't want this guy up here. Here's the problem. Here's how you plug it in. Code says you never have a permanent mounted thing on a plug. So what I'm going to ask Joe to do is to get a better light in here. What we can get is like a 3-headed something or other, and put like 100-watt LED bulbs so you don't overheat it.
And you've got the light that's going to be working on both the garage and the studio, so I think with just one light here, it'll be sufficient.
Can I just put like a 150-watt bulb? This is like a 40 or something. Can I put 150 and just leave it with these 2?
I would say I like the idea of having the three-piece one.
I need to tell Joe that. This is the new washing machine that they replaced, and we have one of the air conditioners, I believe, is new too.
And I like the dryer in that setup too. It's an upgraded dryer. All right, so now we're going to go upstairs.
All the switch covers like this, they've all been painted, so all these things are going to be taken off and replaced with just white ones. On a few places, we're going to replace the switch itself. I want to be a little bit judicious on that. I'd rather, on some of these, paint the switch if I have to, but in most cases, they're white already.
Right, there's just a few areas. I'll point one out that's like that Navajo color that we have a problem with. So this right here is a very unique part of this floor plan. This is what we're going to consider the office. So in order to set this out and to actually make this pop, we're going to cut from this area here into here, and we're going to put the same flooring that we're doing in the laundry room and the kitchen, the ceramic plank flooring that's going to go all through here. And I think people are just going to absolutely love this. I've looked at it on a couple other houses that did it, and it just makes this whole upstairs pop. So it's going to look awesome.
We're going to replace these basic light fixtures. The replacements are $30 a pop installed, but they look a heck of a lot better.
I agree. Any doorknobs that are locking are going to come off, and they're just going to become non-locking doorknobs.
Okay.
We have them on 2 bedrooms that I'm aware of, and it may be 3, but all those will get removed. This will all get painted. Inside of the cabinets will all get painted. Doors will go back to white, which is what we want. Now, here we are in the bathroom. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get this bathroom a little bit of an update without a lot of money being spent. So in order to do that, we're going to leave the flooring. We're going to paint these cabinets the same kind of brown that we did downstairs.
Do you want the silver poles on them, just like downstairs?
Nope, not on bathroom cabinets. So we're just going to keep them dark, and then we're going to keep this chrome feature through the whole bathroom. So the mirrored medicine cabinet needs to go back to chrome framing. We need a nice shower head that goes into the shower. We need another light here that is chrome. We need these things removed and replaced with chrome. This one we don't need, so we'll completely remove it, and then we'll replace this one with chrome. Once we do that, then this bathroom will have a little bit of a facelift, and hopefully the tenants will see the value.
When they're painting, Jenny didn't want like this wood tone here or anywhere else, so we're going to paint this white.
It'll just be a nice white. Remember, because this wall is going to have a little bit of color to it, which is going to look great.
Okay.
So this is going to be white, this is going to be the biscotti, and then when you have the darker cabinets with the white baseboard down there, it's going to look really nice.
Okay.
And then we're going to go into This is the bedroom quadrant of this floor plan. So I can tell you right now, this more than likely is going to be rented to a family with children. It is just too much of a perfect floor plan to not have that be part of the attraction. So in here, we've got a sink that I think needs to be looked at. It's leaking, so Joe's going to take a look at that.
I believe this is the one that they actually shut off, and so we need to replace this pop-up thing. So these are pretty cheap to do, but there's no way to clean these things. So I'm going to replace, but I'm going to put pop-up kits in here. They're pretty cheap to do.
Okay.
And you want to keep the toilet, right?
No, this toilet is so disgusting. I don't even like to even. So we're going to get a new toilet here. We're going to actually paint these again, that darker color that's going to match the downstairs bathroom and the master bathroom.
What color will the toilet be?
White.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to just stick with the white. That way it doesn't date. It's kind of your standard. We have an issue with this tub that I'm going to get a service, what is he called? Specialist service, something or another. We've used him before. I'll get him to come out and give us a bid on what he can do. And again, all baseboards that are wood are going to be painted white. All of these wood products are going to be removed and they're going to become chrome.
On 500 Felice Cantado, the same place I mentioned on the plank flooring, we also had the same guy do the tub in that one, so you could look at the photos from that if you wanted to.
And then these 3 bedrooms are pretty standard. They're going to get new blinds. They've got the new paint. If they have locking doorknobs, they're going to be replaced. We're going to take off any solar screens other than the arched part of it. So these will all have the blinds, the new paint on the closet, all the wires removed. All 3 of these are going to have that same treatment. This, of course, is going to be removed because I have no idea what the heck it was there for. I can give you my opinion, but we don't need to worry about it since they're gone now. And then this is going to be removed.
You don't like grow lights?
No. I think those usually help grow stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have anything growing in this house. So I want this removed. And then I want the Pioneer fabric archway removed as well. This is a good sized bedroom with a nice sized closet. So if you have an older kid, or if you want your kids to have kind of a playroom where they can keep it messy and the rest of the house stays nice, this would be ideal. And moms are going to hear, they're going to see that and they're going to know that right away. So, oh, and all of this stuff gets removed as well. There's one on that door too. This area is really cool. We're calling it the niche. It's just a nice little section that you can put some bookcases in. You can put the kids' TV up here if you want to keep them out of the way. So I think this is going to be a nice little area. This will just have new carpet and a new blind. Now,
We've added some things on, but I had in the budget to repaint the exterior of the house and to paint all the fascia boards. What has been decided is we're not repainting the whole house. We probably touch up some areas where there's water damage, but we're not redoing everything. And on the fascia boards, he's just going to do touch-up. So we're going to cut that cost down so we can do things that are visible. And we'll add rent.
More bang for the buck.
Yep.
More bang for the buck. I think so. Now, over time, full disclosure, over time, as tenants move out and we want to kind of do some updates, doing the outside painting is one of your would be a big ticket item, but it doesn't need to be done right now.
Yeah, $3K.
Now, here we've got the backyard. Okay, so you have this beautiful covered patio, and you can tell you've got some nice shade. It's just a really nice, tranquil backyard. This, though, however, is not right. It needs to be completely...
See, what they did is they just got this thing plugged in. We can't have that. That's a code violation, but I'm always worried there's going to be a fire or something.
I just say completely get rid of it.
Okay.
It's got a nice breeze coming in through here. It's got your shade, so you're fine. This backyard, okay, ideally is not great from a investment rental standpoint because you see grass. And we know tenants aren't going to take care of grass. They're going to let this die. So what I told Eric, and this is my philosophy, we will keep it green. When the tenants move in, it's their responsibility to keep the grass green. When they let it die, when they move out, we'll come in and we'll decide what we want to do with the backyard. All of these established plants will be fine because they're going to be on a bubbler system, and the bubbler system is going to continue to water them, and they're established, and so they should be good.
Now, I had planned to take all this stuff down. Jenny doesn't want to, so it's not coming down.
No, I love this stuff. I know every inspector says pull it down because you don't want it up against your stucco, but I am telling you, I am living, breathing proof that people love this.
Hey, I'm sold.
So this can continue to just climb right up this window and everybody will love it. Little things like this, we'll get the landscaper when he does his one-time cleanup, he can remove some of that. He can trim this all up. He also needs to make sure there's nothing any longer spraying up against this area, because all of this has to get patched and repaired and painted. So this will all get capped off.
So what's gonna happen here is that you basically scrape away or chisel away till you get down to solid stuff, because as you can see right now, this is just water damage. We're gonna do our best to match the paint. I think it's gonna be 99% good. It's not gonna be 100% good, but I don't care about this corner.
Neither do I. I think it'll be fine. And you can see they just did some sprinkler repair on their valves right there. So
I wonder what this is. I didn't even look under it. I always have an inherent concern of that. One time
that they cover something up.
No, one time I flipped it over and there was a cobra underneath it.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful. But this area ultimately will die. So I'll just tell you right now, if I cap the landscaper, cap all this off, the only time this is going to get watered is rainfall. Well, we live in Vegas, so the idea is this is going to end up dying. But I don't care about this little section. This is the stuff we'll make sure the sprinklers are still sprinkling. I would love if we get a tenant that actually maintains this, mows it. But if you really look closely, it is more weeds than it is grass. So I don't want to profess that this is picture perfect. It's just, it'd be nice if it was green. We're going to keep this storage shed, but minus the doors. I think it's actually, it could be a pretty cool fort for a kid. Or, you know, somebody can use it and store some boxes in there or whatever they want to do. So we are going to leave the storage shed. We are going to get rid of all of this crap though. So all of this is going to go away.
There's quite a bit actually back there.
Yeah, it is. There's a lawnmower back there and quite a few other things. All of this will just get checked. So we're just going to check the bubbler system. We're not enhancing it. When the landscaper does come, he does need to trim anything that is touching that porch. We've already had tile damage and we cannot have any more. So anything that is leaning over or touching it or has capabilities of touching it, it's all going to get trimmed back.
By the way, Joe's guy went through the attic. There is no truss damage, which I was concerned about. Especially didn't feel like crawling up there today myself, because I always end up looking at it. But we do have some missing tiles. Over where the air conditioner sit on top, there's some shingles that need to get replaced. But we're talking minor here compared to what I was concerned about.
Good, good. No, it looks good. This is when we built houses pretty good here in Las Vegas. That's a nice thing. But other than that, I think that that's it. The big thing is just remember, tenants may not keep this backyard grass. So ultimately, when the tenant vacates, we're going to have to maybe consider deciding what we want to do back here.
We'll probably cut this guy back off some over in here so it doesn't hang totally over here.
Not that much.
Okay. Well, it's Jenny's call, not mine.
I'm going to have him, just so you know, everything's going to cut this way, and if it's lopsided, then yes, he'll have to cut a portion of this. He needs to make it to where it looks somewhat symmetrical.
Richard, if you notice, I called out during my first walk, we've got some areas up here that the paint is kind of, weak. And I'm just going to have Joe just touch up areas that need it. We're not going to paint that. We're not going to spend the money on a total repaint. He is going to take away all this garbage. We're going to get rid of the dishes. We're going to get rid of all the cables.
Yep, and the solar screens. This is a good... Look at how those solar screens are just worn out. They need to come off.
Yeah.
We need to, you know, kind of have a little freshened look on them.
Well, I didn't realize this till today, that there's no latch on this gate, so we're just going to replace it with something like this or a little better.
And we're going to make sure these doors open and close easily, because one of the big marketing factors on this house is a boat RV storage. So if I've got a boat and I like to take it out to Lake Mead on the weekends and I don't want to pay for storage any longer, this is a perfect opportunity.
You could put a tank in here. It's so big.
Sure can. You can do the RV and the boat and fit it all along here.
Yeah.
So no, we're definitely going to be marketing that.
So all this garbage here, like, I don't even know what these rods are for, but all this kind of garbage is going away. I don't even know
It'll
what.
look really good when it's all done.
Yeah,
Really, really good.
I think that's everything.
Well, yeah, we talked about removing the satellite dishes, so I think we covered it all.
There's some little areas where there's some small stucco damage. Here's a good example, like right here. What we're going to do is we're going to do our best to paint that, you know, put some stuff over it, paint it, and we'll do our best. If it's a little off, I'm not going to stress over it.
Right, but I just think that it's just for your eyes. So when you come out here, you're not looking at, oh, there's a hole right here. Oh, there's a hole. It may not match perfectly, but you're looking at an unmatched paint rather than looking at actual holes. And we're just doing a little bit of that around here. And down there, where I didn't like the way that looked at the bottom of the slider, he's going to paint that as well.
Okay.
So it looks nice.
I think that's everything.
I think it is too.
All right, so Jenny's going to get with Southwest Landscaping, get a quote on this. The other item that, no, I think we're pretty much, that's everything.
Well, you just need to let me know about the fireplace. So once you close escrow, if you get money from the seller on that, I'll hire the fireplace guy. If they fix it, you just need to let me know.
Okay. All right, thank you.